Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. It's Thursday morning. We've got a European game tonight. Yes, we are looking forward to that. But before we can look forward to that, we've got some important news to discuss. Yes, it's all about Man United making new signings and possibly selling players. Yes, we've heard from reliable sources that United will be looking to sell some of their key players. Yes, we're talking about even the youth players, even the future superstars like Garnacho and Meno might be up for sale. Now we have to go all the way back to this financial fair play rules. Yes, they will likely screw over United when it comes to bringing in new players. They have to sell players to bring in new players. That's what we've been told by the people at Man United doing the finances. The ones who are working out all these financial fair play rules and making sure that they don't fall foul to them like Man City. And now Man City, clearly, not only are they playing really bad on the pitch right now, I think they lost against Juventus last night, but not only are they playing rubbish, they could actually be facing relegation from the Premier League. I can't see that happening, but I can really see Man City getting screwed over. I mean, whether it's points deducted or whether it is relegation, I don't think it's relegation, but it will be a huge point deduction, and I think they will not be qualifying for the Champions League next year. That's my opinion on it. Let us know in the comments below what you think, but let's stop talking about Man City for a minute. Let's come back to United and their problems with signing new players. We've heard that United will have to sell some key players to bring in funds so they can go out there and buy new players. Now, everyone's talking about Marcus Rashford being sold. There's already a price tag on him now for about £40 million, and United will be happy to sell him. And the reason why they'll be happy to sell him is because they're looking to bring in a new striker, a striker who can get them 20 plus goals per season, and everyone is linking only one striker to United, and that is Victor Gyökeres from Sporting. Of course, he's worked for Ruben Amorim already. Ruben Amorim really likes him. We all know he's a young up-and-coming striker, absolutely phenomenal this season he's been for Sporting. But will United be able to afford him? No, they won't. They will have to sell somebody to bring him in. And Marcus Rashford seems like the best bet. And the reason being is because United will make a pure profit on him. If they sell anybody else, they'll probably not make a pure profit. Whereas Marcus Rashford, obviously, he's come through the academy. So it's £40 million and nothing going out, nothing repaying for him. It's just pure profit. And they can take that money and go and buy somebody else. Now, the sale of Marcus Rashford could of course balance the books when it comes to financial fair play rules, but we all know there's a huge problem in all of this scenario, which is Marcus Rashford himself. He doesn't want to leave. Why would he want to leave and join another club for a lesser salary? Yes, we all know he's on about 300k plus per every week. Every week he's on 300k plus. There'll be hardly any clubs out there willing to pay that much money. I mean, Barcelona, Real Madrid, they're already financially struggling. They're not going to be paying that much. Bayern Munich, PSG, there's no other club out there that will pay him that much. So Rashford is probably going to do what everyone has been doing recently at Man United, which is seeing out their contract, screwing over the club. Financially, we are getting shafted from every single player that is surplus to requirements at United, because they're seeing out their contracts, because we've gone through a phase with the Glazers offering every willy-nilly player crazy amounts of money just to join the club, just to play for them and keep them. It's just ridiculous. Our management of the club, finances and everything have been absolutely terrible, and we all know why that happened. But look, Ineos, let's give them some credit. They are trying to sort this out. They are trying to abide by the FFP rules, but will that help? I'm not quite sure. Now, the fear is that this could lead Ineos to selling a future star from the team. We're talking about Kobe Meno, we're talking about Garnacho, or maybe somebody else, but personally, I can't see that happening under any circumstances. I don't think Ineos are that stupid. They'll know that the fan backlash would be huge if they sold someone like Garnacho or Menu. Not happening at all. What you can, however, see United do is offload some senior players who are on huge wages, and they can potentially save and balance out that FFP. Now turning our attention to Ruben Amorim. Now we've been hearing from Ruben Amorim in his pre-match press conference before tonight's European match away from home. This was the first time he actually spoke since the departure of Dan Ashworth, and as expected, Amorim's response to the whole Dan Ashworth leaving situation was on point, saying that the club will never be affected by one man leaving, no matter who. The plan to rebuild the club remains intact, and his focus is on that plan. And it was a great response because it just put a stop to all the other questions, roll-on questions about Dan Ashworth. Look, if this was Ten Hag, this would have turned into a complete nightmare for him in that press conference, because it would have been question after question about Dan Ashworth leaving and how it's caused a huge disruption to the club. And Amorim just put a complete stop to it in his first answer to it. Well, he's saying, look, it's not good that he's left because you don't want a human suffering or whatever it was he said, but he said that the club is unaffected and should never be affected by one person leaving, no matter who it is. And I thought that was a brilliant response, and it just cut out all the other questions that the journalists probably lining up for him, trying to catch him out, and they just knew. They just knew he's not going to get cut out. And that reminds me, if you haven't already, go and check out our special documentary style video on Ruben Amorim and what his secret to success has been as a manager. Go and check that out. It's on our video playlist. It's an absolute must watch to find out what makes Ruben Amorim so special and why he should and will be a success at Man United. And one of the secrets to his success has been that of developing young academy players. Yes, Ruben Amorim has always gone to every single club that he's been to and promoted academy players. He loves looking for those young players who are potential through and through and bringing them to the first team and making them something else. And that's what he's going to do at United. We know for sure that that's why United and Ineos have brought him to the club. They know that this guy can make sure that the young players through the academy can advance to the senior team and make top players. This is why United and Ineos are not too concerned about going out there and buying top name players, because they know that they've got an academy system that's working. They're bringing in players like Garnacho, like Manu, and they can bring in more players. And Ruben Amorim's got a speciality. That's his speciality. He looks for young players who can come into the senior team and start cooking. And that's why we feel that Ruben Amorim's going to start looking once he gets his feet under the table. Right now, he's obviously got lots on his plate. He's trying to get the team, the senior team, up to speed, and then he's going to start looking at the academy players and start seeing who's available. And once he does that, and we're talking about maybe next summer. Next summer is probably when you're going to start seeing what Amorim's made of and what players he's going to be bringing through to pre-season. And then we'll start seeing why Amorim was brought to Man United. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe. You are watching the Man United Stream channel, a channel by the fans for the fans.